Hey all, welcome to ShareTrek. This is Raj here. It's been a nice weekend so far. It's around 8:41 p.m. on a Saturday. I'm recording this video for Sunday. And today I thought that instead of banging my head over the CPI and genomic stocks and everything, let's do something different. I'm going to have a chat with ChatGPT and let's see how it goes. Well, here we are in ChatGPT, and I'm going to ask it the first question. What is genomics? Let me start by asking whether it's aware of genomics. Genomics is a study of an organism's entire genetic makeup, including the sequencing and analysis of its DNA. Wow, it's a pretty good response, I would say. Yeah, I can't find any fault with this. So I'm going to say that this looks good to me. I'll just submit the feedback. Let's keep going. I'm going to ask, is genomics, are genomic therapies, available in the clinic now? This is yes. There are currently several genomic therapies available in the clinic. Some examples include CAR T cell therapy, which is a type of immunotherapy that uses genetically modified T cells to target and kill cancer cells. Gene therapy, which involves introducing a healthy copy of a gene into a patient's cell in order to correct a genetic disorder. CRISPR-based therapies, which can use CRISPR-Cas9 system to make precise changes to a patient's DNA in order to treat a genetic disorder. RNA-based therapies, which use small pieces of RNA to target and silence disease-causing gene. It's worth noting that these therapies are available in clinics that are still considered experimental and are only being used in certain cases and under certain conditions. All of these therapies are still in the early stages of development and clinical trials, and not all of them are widely available for patients yet. So basically, ChatGPT has got a database that is limited to 2021. That's the reason why it's not able to tell us more information about the latest approved therapies, but it's bang on target when it says that CAR T cell therapy for cancer has been used. So I'm going to ask it, surely some CAR T cell therapies for cancer are approved and in use. Can you name a few? Yes, you are correct. Some CAR T cell therapies have been approved and are currently in use to treat certain types of cancer. Here are a few examples. Chimera is a CAR T cell therapy that targets CD19, a protein found on the surface of certain types of blood cancer. It's approved for treatment of acute lymphoblastic leukemia and diffuse large B-cell lymphoma in both adults and children. Yescarta is a CAR T cell therapy that targets CD19 and is approved for treatment of DLBCL in adults. And Tecartus is another CAR T cell therapy that is targeting CD19 and is approved for treatment of B-cell lymphoma in adults. Bespona is a CAR T cell therapy that targets CD22 and is an approved treatment for B-cell refractory lymphoblastic leukemia in adults. So ChatGPT seems to be knowing a whole lot of things. Now let me ask it, which are the top 10 genomic companies in the world? It's difficult to say definitely which companies are the top 10 players in the field as the industry is rapidly expanding. Oh, it has got Illumina out here. It's got Thermo Fisher Scientific. It's got Kagen. And it has got Agilent Technologies, Pacific Biosciences, Roche, BGI, Oxford Nanopore Technologies, GATC Biotech, 10x Genomics. This list is not exhaustive, but there are many companies in the genomics field. depending on the specific area of focus, such as genetic testing, bioinformatics, gene therapy. Name top 5 gene therapy companies. Novartis is the leader in gene therapy research and development with several FDA-approved gene therapies. Spark Therapies, this company is a pioneer in the field of gene therapy. Regenx Bio, this company is a gene therapy company focused on developing therapies based on AAV vectors. Bluebird Bio, this company is developing gene therapies for genetic disorders like sickle cell. Unicure is developing therapies for rare disorders like hemophilia B and Huntington disease. These companies are in the forefront of gene therapy field and have several products in different stages of development. Other companies are also working on gene therapy and are expected to bring new products to market. I'll ask it, have you heard of CRISPR Therapeutics and Beam Therapeutics? How do they compare? Yes, I am familiar with CRISPR Therapeutics and Beam Therapeutics. Both companies are involved in the development of a therapy using CRISPR gene editing technology. CRISPR Therapeutics is a Swiss-based biotechnology company focused on the development of therapies for genetic diseases, blood disorders, and cancer using CRISPR-Cas9 technology. The company has several programs in its pipeline, including CTX001 for beta thalassemia, CTX110, which is a T-cell edited therapy. And then we have Beam Therapeutics, which is a US-based technology company which is developing therapies based on base editing technology. Both companies are using CRISPR technology to develop therapies for genetic diseases, but they are using different form of CRISPR and different strategies. While CRISPR Therapeutics is focused on the development of therapies using CRISPR-Cas9 technology, Beam Therapeutics is focused on base editing technology, which is more precise and specific form of CRISPR. Both companies have strategic partnership with leading pharmaceutical companies and are working on developing therapies for a wide range of diseases. Okay, so let me ask, who gave CRISPR licenses to CRISPR Therapeutics and Beam Therapeutics? CRISPR Therapeutics and Beam Therapeutics have licensed the CRISPR gene editing technology from the Broad Institute of MIT and Harvard, as well as from Harvard College. The Broad Institute, Harvard University, and MIT jointly hold the foundational patents of CRISPR-Cas9 gene editing technology, and the license for these patents have been sub-licensed to various companies. In addition to the Broad Institute, Harvard and MIT, a number of other entities also hold important CRISPR-related patents, including the University of California, the University of Vienna, and Emmanuel Charpentier, one of the co-discoverers of the CRISPR-Cas9 system, who has assigned her rights to the company ERS Genomics. It's worth noting that the intellectual property rights to CRISPR-Cas9 gene technology has been subject of ongoing legal disputes with multiple parties claiming ownership of different aspects of the technology. These disputes are still ongoing, and some of them are expected to be resolved in the court. How long will the patent for CRISPR last? The length of the patent for CRISPR gene editing technology can vary depending on the specific patent and the country in which it was filed. In the United States, for example, the typical length of a patent is 20 years from the date of application. However, this can vary on the specific circumstances, such as the time it takes to process the application and any legal challenges that may arise, etc., etc. Okay, it goes on to say more information. It's worth noting that the intellectual property rights to CRISPR-Cas9 gene editing technology has been subject of ongoing legal disputes with multiple parties claiming ownership. Some of these disputes are still ongoing and could potentially affect the length of time for which the patent are in effect. Overall, the patent for CRISPR gene editing technology is complex, and its length can vary depending on the specific patent and the country in which it was filed. However, it is expected that the majority of the CRISPR-Cas9 gene editing related patents will expire around the 2040s, which will make the technology widely available for companies and researchers. Sounds good. Now, what else do I ask? Let me ask it. When will a cure for HIV be available? A cure for HIV, which is a virus that attacks the immune system, is a complex and ongoing area of research. While there have been significant advancement in the treatment of HIV, a cure for the virus is still not available. Currently, the standard of care for HIV is a combination of antiretroviral drugs known as ART that suppress the virus and help to maintain the health of the immune system. The drugs are highly effective at controlling the virus and preventing progression to AIDS. Some scientists and researchers are working on different strategies to achieve a functional cure for HIV. One of the most promising strategies for a functional cure is a therapy known as shock and kill, which aims to reactivate latent HIV and then eliminate the reactivated virus with ART and immune-based therapies. Another promising strategy for a sterilizing cure is the development of a vaccine to prevent HIV infection or a cure that can eliminate the virus from the body's reservoir. It's important to note that while a cure for HIV is still not yet available, the development of ART has greatly improved the lifespan. So I'm going to ask it, are you aware of HIV therapy called AGT103-T? I am not aware of a specific HIV therapy called, however, it is possible that the therapy is under development and has not yet been publicly announced or is being developed under a different name. As you may know, there are many therapies available. Okay, it is not aware of AGT103-T. Are you aware of American Gene Technologies and their AGT103-? I'll not call it a therapy, I'll just call AGT103-T. I apologize for any confusion. American Gene Technologies, AGT is a biotechnology company focused on the development of gene therapies. They are working on a therapy called AGT103-T, which is a gene therapy for the treatment of HIV infection. AGT103-T is using a lentiviral vector to deliver a gene therapy to T cells of HIV-infected patients. The therapy aims to provide a functional cure by allowing patients to control HIV without the need of antiretroviral therapy. AGT103-T is currently in preclinical development, and its safety and efficacy has not been established yet. For American Gene Technologies has announced that it plans to begin human clinical trials for AGT103-T in the near future. It's worth noting that AGT103-T is still in the early stages of development, and its safety and efficacy have not been established yet. Therefore, it's not currently available for patients, and its commercialization is uncertain at this stage. Have you heard of Excision Bio and EBT101? Yes, I am aware of Excision Biotherapeutics and their product EBT101, which is based on CRISPR-Cas9. EBT101 is a product of Excision Bio, which is a gene therapy development for the treatment of hemophilia B. This is wrong. This is totally wrong. This is wrong. I think you are mistaken. EBT101 is not for HEMOPHILIA-B. I apologize for the confusion. You are correct that EBT101 is not a therapy for hemophilia B. As of my knowledge cutoff on September 2021, I was not able to find any information about EBT101 product of Excision Bio. I apologize for any confusion my previous response may have caused. If you have any further information of EBT101, please let me know and I'll do my best to provide an accurate response. So it apologizes, it understands when it has made a mistake, it doesn't have an ego. So that is good. What can you tell me about Zynteglo? Zynteglo is a gene therapy developed by Bluebird Bio Inc. It's the treatment for beta thalassemia, a genetic disorder that affects the production of hemoglobin, the protein in red blood cells that carries oxygen throughout the body. People with beta thalassemia have reduced or no production of functional hemoglobin, which leads to anemia, fatigue, and other symptoms. Zynteglo is a one-time gene therapy that delivers a functional version of the beta-globin gene to the patient's own blood stem cells. Once the cells are genetically corrected, then they are infused back into the patient where they produce functional hemoglobin and help to correct anemia caused by the genetic disorder. In June 2019, Zynteglo was granted conditional marketing authorization by the European Commission for the treatment of transfusion-dependent beta thalassemia for adult and pediatric patients 12 years of age and older who do not have a suitable donor for a stem cell transplant. It's worth noting that Zynteglo is a very expensive treatment and its cost varies by country. Also, it's not yet approved by FDA in the United States. So basically, this has got database as of September 2021. At that time, I don't think Zynteglo was approved. I think Zynteglo was approved a bit later than that. So this is good. So far, so good. And let me ask it one more question. Let me ask one more question. Who created you? I was created by OpenAI, an artificial AI and artificial intelligence research laboratory consisting of the for-profit OpenAI LP and its parent company, the non-profit OpenAI Inc. OpenAI was founded in December 2015 by Elon Musk, Sam Altman, Greg Brock, Ilyas Sutskever, Wojciech Zaremba, and John Schullman. The company's goal is to develop and promote friendly AI in a way that benefits all of humanity. They have been working on several AI-based projects and models, including GPT-3, which I am based on. Who is one of the most important creators of... It will find the context. There are many individuals who have made significant contributions to the field of artificial intelligence and its development. It's difficult to single out any. And Turing is considered to be the father of modern computing. John McCarthy, who coined the term artificial intelligence. Marvin Minsky. Okay, stop. I don't want to hear all these things. What I want to know is who is the most important creator of ChatGPT. ChatGPT is a language created by an AI team of researchers and engineers working on artificial engineering. Okay, now we have it. Ilyas Sutskever, who is one of the co-founders of OpenAI and is a research scientist working on machine learning and artificial intelligence. Dario Amodei, research scientist at OpenAI and a leading expert in deep learning and AI safety. Alec Radford, a research scientist at OpenAI, who also works on machine learning and deep learning. These are some of the key contributors to the development of ChatGPT. Where is your hardware located? As a cloud-based AI model, ChatGPT runs on servers located in data centers operated by the cloud computing provider that OpenAI has partnered with. These servers are connected to the internet and can be accessed from anywhere, allowing users to interact with the model through a web-based interface or API. The exact location of the server can vary depending on the provider and the region where the data center is located. OpenAI partners with multiple cloud providers, including but not limited to Amazon, Microsoft, and Google, to ensure availability. Which location is this chat being served from? As a cloud-based AI model, I'm ready. Okay, it's not going to tell me, it seems. It probably doesn't know where it is running from. No, it doesn't have that awareness. But it is aware that it's artificial intelligence. It's also aware of who created it, but it doesn't know where this particular instance is running from. So let me ask it one more thing. How many instances of you are running right now? Multiple can be running at the same time to handle multiple requests. The exact number of instances that are running can vary depending on the demand for the service. We can automatically scale up the number of instances. Also, OpenAI constantly monitors and adjusts the number of instances running to optimize performance and cost of service. So the number of instances running at any given time may change frequently. How much does it cost annually to run ChatGPT? The cost of running ChatGPT or any other AI model can vary depending on, this guy can become a politician. I think ChatGPT can really become a politician. It can answer questions without actually answering the question. It can churn out a lot of words which are meaningful but don't answer the question. There is no dollar figure out here. There is no dollar figure. Do you have a dollar amount estimate? There you go. Again, same thing. So I think there needs to be a lot of improvement in ChatGPT going forward. Of course, I'm not complaining about this. I'm happy to have whatever we can get here. But I think that right now, the ChatGPT that we are seeing is probably equivalent to the green screen that we had at the beginning of the computers. And I think 5 or 6 years down the line, we'll be probably in the Windows 3.1 stage of computers. And maybe 10 years down the line, it will be like Windows that we have right now. That's the trajectory I see. Because ChatGPT also has the capability to write programs. So sooner rather than later, it can start programming itself and building better versions of itself. So that's why I think that the evolution is going to be much faster. That's my opinion. So let us end this session by thanking ChatGPT because it did a lot of work. It answered a lot of questions. Thanks for your help. I had a great time chatting with you. Have a nice day. You're welcome. I'm glad I could help. I had a great time chatting with you too. Have a great day. If you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to me. I would say, okay, thanks a lot. I think I will come back tomorrow to chat with you again. You're welcome. I'm glad I could be of help. I'll be here and ready to assist you with any questions or information you need. Feel free to reach out to me whenever you like. Have a great day and take care. Wow, that was amazing, my friends. That was absolutely amazing. Well, friends, that was so amazing. It was like talking to a person, and it has got manners. It knows when it is wrong and goes back and finds information, apologizes for it. This is amazing. It also maintains context of what we asked before and responds in context to the previous questions. So this is really amazing. We have a viewer and a personal friend of mine, Max, who has been playing around with ChatGPT. And of course, he's got a background in programming. So he got ChatGPT to write an entire program for him to load a database. And he sent those details to me this morning. It was amazing. It's able to write object-oriented programming code to develop database handling applications. So it's quite amazing what ChatGPT can do. So it has got knowledge which is widespread. It's not limited to just genomics. It can talk about finance. It can talk about coding. It can actually do coding. And I think if we ask astronomical questions, it can talk about astronomy. I bet astronomy is a place where ChatGPT will be very, very useful because data up to 2021 should be pretty good for many research purposes when it comes to astronomy. So it's really showing the direction in which the world is going. Friends, if you were reading about Japan, I do read a lot about Japan from time to time, and they have these helper robots. They have this culture of having helper robots and all. That's my understanding. So imagine if ChatGPT became the back end for a robot. The kind of conversation that the robot can have. I can imagine myself when I'm maybe 75 years old or something, and I just want to pass my time and have a good conversation. I could imagine a humanoid robot which is backed up by ChatGPT, and I can talk to ChatGPT, and it could not only tell me stories and answer my questions about what's happening in the world, but I could even ask it to do a lot of computation for me, give me advice on various things that I might need to do for my day-to-day living as a retired person who is very old. So the future does seem really good because the logical conclusion of ChatGPT will be a merger with robotics, I think, where the robotics can show or mimic sentience because ChatGPT would have all the knowledge and sensibilities and the programming needed for making a coherent and human-like conversation. These are early days for ChatGPT. I'm pretty sure this version of ChatGPT, which we are so excited about, is probably the equivalent of the green screen that we saw when the computer revolution started. And 10 to 15 years from now, it's going to be more like Windows 3.1 or something. It'll be even more fabulous. So great times are in front of us. Guys, I guess you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please press a like out there. And also our subscriber base is small compared to the viewer base. Only 35% of our viewers are subscribers. So for the remaining 65%, I have a sincere request. Please help me grow this channel. Please subscribe. It's not going to cost you anything. It's absolutely free. Just subscribe and help us make this channel bigger so that we can have better programming. Also, we are very close to 2,000 subscribers, and the raffle for the painting that I have made is going to be imminent. Probably we may have it tomorrow or day after tomorrow, depending on how soon we cross 2,000. So please scroll down to the description and enter your name for the raffle so that you get a chance to win it. You have to pay nothing. I'll ship it to you free of cost from my side. And it'll be something that you can remember me and the channel by. That's all for now, my friends. Take care. Have a great day. Bye for now.